Morning, everybody. It's 17th September. I'm taking a little time, relaxing, waiting for the museum to open and the general store here at the Pine Grove Furnace. Well, this is the actual furnace, excuse me, from the Pine Grove Furnace. And so I think you saw another picture yesterday from Boiling Spring of a similar one. And there's a number of these around this area of Pennsylvania. And this is a technology they say here is the same for about 400 years. I would argue earlier, not in these videos, but we saw when we were in Germany, a Celtic furnace when the Celts were in Germany, where they did a similar method of developing iron. But basically, these were charcoal-based ovens. So the charcoal is developed from the trees. So they cut the trees down and burn them in a very large bonfire type of thing. And then the black charcoal they'll put in the top along with the iron ore and then limestone. And then there's an expert, the iron master, who mixes it appropriately. And then the air is pulled in from the sides and the temperatures get extremely hot, melting the iron ore and other elements which fall to the bottom. And then at the bottom, they take the iron ore and they could just put it into little sandy casts, but they could actually make casts of different things. Some of them actually made products at the bottom, or they just make the pure iron send elsewhere. And then there was another byproduct called slag, which is other melted materials, which they would just push off to the side. So anyway, this is this Pine Grove, this furnace and this whole site was active during the Revolutionary War through the Civil War. So mostly the heyday was in the 1800s. And then in the early 1900s, it became less and less economically efficient. They had to they ran out of iron here, they had to import the iron. There was many trees right here. And a lot of the industry has been moving better technologies to the Pittsburgh area in the western part of the state. But this area, it was here for a while. There was a community, and they had a lot of, they built some recreation things for the community. There's 2 lakes in the area. There's a lot of people here coming now. It's Friday morning. It actually became very popular, not just with the people who lived here, but people from all around the state started coming here and to participate in activities in the lakes, swimming, boating, and so forth. And so when they finally closed this at the turn of the century, they sold the land to the state and it became a state park. And part of this park is actually Michaud State Park, it's spelled with an AUX, to keep the French pronunciation of the name, but I thought that was sort of an interesting thing as well. All right, everyone, I'm going to see the museum. I might give you more information later. Thanks. Good evening, everyone. So you saw from the last photo that I'm halfway done. And I trust, there's several signs that say you're halfway done, I showed you. But the one with the rocks in the trail, I trust the most because it's adjusted periodically. And whoever's managing this section of trail did that. And he aimed it for the south-going hikers so they could see it. It's facing north, so the southern hikers could read it. So milestone, halfway done. And other pictures you saw, I did do the half-gallon challenge, which was no problem for old dad. I can do a half-gallon of ice cream. I take that after my father. We all could eat a lot of ice cream when we want to. At home, I have to cut back, but on the trail, that's fine. Had a burger with it too, no problem. Saw the museum, which was nice. And today's sort of a short day. I just did 10 miles. I had to stay till noon for those things to open. And that's good for my feet. They don't hurt as much, so it's good to give them a break. So things are good. I'm going to stay in a shelter. This is the nice one, Birch Run Shelter. It's a newer one. Nice little picnic table under a porch. Privy up the hill. You could probably hear the stream in the background. I didn't need the water, but I'll get some for the morning. You can see a lot of bunks in here. I have my little bunk space right there. It's all nice and neat. I'll put my liner out. There's a space here for hang my pack and air out my poles and shoes. So very nice. There's a couple northbound section hikers in their hammocks, and gentleman just came by to introduce himself, who lives locally, does a little hiking. But probably, hopefully tomorrow I'll wake up early, put some good miles in. I think I have one more good day in Pennsylvania, and then I'll be heading to Maryland. So hopefully I'll be making some time up and moving south as judiciously and quickly as I can. All right, everybody. Have a good evening.